Then my mic on. And testing. Everyone can hear me out there. Let's assume that you can. Thank the art gods that we've made it to another Friday, and welcome back, boys, girls, and everyone in between. We are a studio created by artists for artists, and in our stream sessions, we talk about anything that crosses our mind while creating human art. I'm Esso, and with me is the co-creator and motivator, Miss Lily.
Hey guys, welcome back to the stream.
Tonight we are gonna review a new anime that just came out called Demons of the Shadow Realm by the creator of Full Metal Alchemist. Her name is Himaru Arakawa. I believe I pronounced that correctly. I looked it up, so I think I got the pronunciation right. See, this past week we watched the first two episodes of the anime, and we're here to give a review, let you know if we want to continue to watch the series, all while drawing our favorite character from the show so far. But before we get into that, let's get a little housekeeping out of the way. If you are watching the stream, please join us in chat. It lets YouTube and Twitch know that you are here and counted. If you're a first time watcher on Twitch, hit that follow button. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and bell so you get a notification next time we are live. Oh, and by the way, speaking of YouTube, I want to thank the in the past week, we've got an additional 4 subscribers. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you are able to join us tonight. We see Mark in chat. How's it going today, bro? Thanks for being
Hey.
here. Um, if you look over to chat, you will see links. The first link that you will see, I believe it's the first link, is all the socials to Miss Lily, both her Instagram and her TikTok. You can find her at Lily Lilac Draws, all one word, where you can see more of her artwork. If you head over to the link spree, you can find more art, clips, and donate to the studio if you are so inclined. Where do you want to start off first, Lily? Do you want to start off with the review first, or do you want to go through some of our topics and save the review towards the end? What are you feeling like?
Um,
Dealer's choice.
I really want to do a non-spoiler
Mm-hmm.
um review just
Okay.
because of one, it's a new anime. I kind
True.
of want to whenever we're talking about some anime reviews or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that, if it's a relatively new property, I kind of want to keep it non-spoiler so we can
Okay.
get
We can keep it general.
our watchers, our watchers to watch the same thing as us too.
Yeah, because we've kind
Um,
of pissed off people before by getting too
yeah. Uh-huh.
spoilery.
And then and for this one specifically, there's just something that happens in it,
Yeah,
it
it's a
happens in
big
the first
reveal
episode,
in the
so
first
it doesn't
episode.
leave you, it doesn't leave you hanging, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, didn't see that coming, but that's
Right?
cool. Um, so I think starting with the review will help just because we're keeping it non-spoiler, it's gonna go by pretty quickly because we
Okay.
can't talk about
Much of
a lot of
anything?
the things that happen. Yeah, there's a lot that you can't talk about with
True.
this property without it being like mega spoilers. So,
All right.
do
Well,
you want to go first?
yeah, well, let me go ahead and switch over to our sketch screens so we can start drawing the character that we like the most during these first
Okay.
2 episodes. Did you watch more than just the first two?
I was gonna watch the third episode because
Uh huh.
I really like it so far. And just to let you guys know, yeah, you should definitely watch it.
Definitely.
I like it so far. I didn't watch the third episode because I was like, I should probably go watch The Boys because
Oh,
I
yeah.
think,
I'm trying to catch up on that one too.
yeah, I think the last season finished, right? And then
Is it done? Because I'm
I
like the
don't
episode before the last.
I don't know if it's
if
finished,
that's
but
the case.
the creator was like, man, a lot of my stuff, like, I'm not trying to make it mimic real life, but a
Mm-hmm.
lot of it is happening
I've been
at the
seeing that.
same time
Like people online
as
have
my
been
show.
like, they're like, oh, beforehand, Homelander was a in-depth character that had motivation, and now he's just a parody of Donald Trump, and it's just like, guys, like this show was written way before Donald Trump started doing all the stuff he's doing now. So it's like,
If
it's not.
anything, Donald Trump is copying Homelander.
Exactly. If anything, he's just being evil, just like Homelander.
Yeah. It's crazy the parallels though. Like
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
if what's happening if what's happening in the show right now and the commentary
Mm-hmm.
and the way that they're talking, was written way before what's happening right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that it's basically paralleling
Yeah.
at the same time.
That it's so
Um,
predictable to a
yeah, because I
degree.
don't, because do you know if the writing has changed to fit the commentary that's happening right now, or is this literally how they wrote it? Because the way that they talk and the way that they, like,
Oh
they say
yeah.
starlighters and
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
I
I'm pretty
rewatched.
sure they have to be taking cues from what's happening socially, right? Like it would
Mhm.
be almost impossible to say that the writers like wholeheartedly predicted a lot of this stuff. I'm pretty sure, just like with any writer, right? You're looking at society around you and you're kind of getting like these hints of, what's to come and the trends, right? But I don't think it's a situation of like with this recent season, how they're kind of like lampooning podcasters, and they're lampooning churches that are getting super political, and they're lampooning like these are all things that we've been seeing percolate for the past what, since 2017. So I'm pretty sure the writers kind of saw the writing on the wall at that point. But as far as
Mhm.
like all the consolidation of power, there's I mean, I know that the Trump administration kind of like flirted with that during his first term, but I don't know if they would have been able to fully predict, or they would have, they had to have seen like what was coming down the way, right? Like where, like there's no way they could have seen the internment camps. That's
Oh,
a
yeah, that's kind
yeah.
of crazy
Yeah, that
because
that
that
was one of,
actually happened.
exactly. Yeah, that stuff actually happened. It was like whenever I saw that, I was like, I started thinking like, well, okay, the timeline of this, there's no way they would have seen that, because these episodes, what, it takes about, I'd have to say, a year, maybe 2 years to film a TV show, and then you have to have the script written, at least a year before that. So we're talking like 3 years in advance, right? We're only into the Trump administration. What, we're only a year and a half into the Trump administration, so they had to have written this almost 3 years, or at least a year and a half prior. So it's like, dude, like I don't. They nailed it. They nailed it on the head, unfortunately.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's kind of the same playbook that you see with all authoritarian regimes, right? The introduction of camps. Like, unfortunately, the Trump model isn't a new one. It's kind of been used before, whether it was the Japanese back in the 20s and 30s, whether it was going all the way back to 1940s Germany, right? So this is
I mean,
not new.
yeah, I mean, in Americans' history, in the
Mm-hmm.
US's history, we've also had internment camps
Oh
for
yeah,
Japanese slash just Asian people
yeah,
during
just
World War
Asian
II.
people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a hidden fact
Yeah.
about our very recent history. Like that happened
Very.
too.
In
That no one
fact,
likes to talk about.
yeah, in fact, Hitler has gone on record saying that he was inspired by what America was doing at the time because they were doing this.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Because
god.
you have to remember that they did this after the building of a lot of American railroads because the Japanese were coming here. Japanese and Chinese immigrants were coming here to work on railroads. And whenever the First World War started happening, that's whenever a lot of these internment camps were being created. And that Hitler kind of got inspiration.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, bad
That's kind of
times.
crazy.
Bad times, man. And then we repeat it all over again, just with a
Mm,
different minority scapegoat. You know,
yep.
it's always something. Ugh. Ugh. But yeah, it's amazing that that they were able to nail as much as they did. Like the nationalism of it all. Like it's just yeah, man. They that's some damn good writing. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, I'm about if all the episodes are out now, I think I'm on the second to last episode. How many episodes are there in total this season? Man, let's see. I think are there 8 episodes in total?
I think so.
Hmm. If there's 8 episodes in total, then I'm on episode 6 or 7. I'm sorry, I'm on episode 7. So I guess I'm just about done.
Okay.
I'm essentially on the I left off on that big cliffhanger on episode 7 between between Homelander and oh no, I can't
You
think of
don't
his
say
name.
anything.
No, I'm not gonna say anything.
That far. Okay.
Wait, how far along are you now?
I'm in season 5, but I'm not like there.
Oh, you're not there
I
yet?
am like episode 3, I think.
Okay, so Mark says that there's eight episodes per season. Last episode comes out May 20th. Okay, so I must be on episode 6 then, if episode 8 hasn't come out yet. So yeah, I'm on episode 6. That makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah, it does leave off on a cliffhanger. It's brutal.
Okay.
I won't say any more though. This is
Good
a
to know.
no spoiler stream. I swear, no spoiler
Yep.
stream. But speaking of
But
spoilers,
since we're that far into this conversation, I
uh
am
huh,
sad that the one character died.
yeah,
I
yeah, same.
am sad that he died. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't like him at first.
And then you
But
grow
he
to like
redeemed
them.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he redeemed himself. He was just a troubled character,
Mm-hmm.
and towards the end, he decided, you know what, I'm gonna fight,
Gonna do the right
because
thing.
it's the right thing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then he said, "You're not so scary. Why
Oh
was I ever
man,
scared of you?"
that was
Badass. He went
so
out.
fucking brutal
Yeah,
too.
but I'm so sad he's gone because
Yeah.
he redeemed himself and then he died.
Yeah, he was kind of the linchpin to the whole series, you know, and it was
The
it
starter. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, and
he's
I
the reason
was
why.
yeah, he's pretty much the reason behind everything starting the way it has. And I was surprised that they were willing to get rid of such a pivotal character, you know? Cuz he's a big one. I would say
Maybe they
he's
just
a big
decided,
character.
yeah, maybe they just decided that was like I can see why they would have ended it that way,
Mhm.
because that was just the climax of his character, that
Yeah.
he realized, like I'm bigger than this.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I get it, but I'm
Although
sad still.
there is, don't worry, because the death that made you sad, the one thing I always say, there was going to be another death that's going to make you pretty happy.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that so you can
A
discover it
lot of
on your
people.
own.
I mean, I was like, yeah, this isn't the only death that's happening. There's a lot of people
Oh
gonna
yeah,
die.
yeah. Is this gonna be the last season for the boys,
Oh, I'm not
or
sure.
are they
I just know
expecting to
they
make more?
canceled. I just know they canceled the spin-off.
Yeah, the V, what was it called? V something. It was about the young
Yeah, like the
young
college
heroes.
age.
Yeah. I know that spinoff got canceled, as well as the little animated anthology they had going for a while.
They had an animated anthology?
Yeah, you haven't seen it?
Wow. Nope.
it's pretty it's pretty
I didn't
crazy.
even I haven't even heard about it.
It adds some I wouldn't say that it adds a lot of background to the series, but it does give context for a lot of stuff. It's pretty cool. The animation, it unfortunately it's like American animation, so you're not getting like high frame rates, but you know, it's also serviceable. Like it's sad that I have to say, oh, it's American animation, so prepare yourself for what you're about to get.
Hmm. It is sad having to say that.
Oh man. So do you want to go ahead and do you want to give your take on Demons of the Shadow Realm first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right. So you know what? What I'll do is I'll bring up some categories, and we'll each give our general take on it. How about that?
Yeah.
So we'll start on the general approach, which is uh, did you like the first two episodes enough to continue to watch the series? Did it hook you in?
Yes.
Yes, same
I
here.
I think it did.
Oh
I
man.
think so. Uh, I think one of the biggest things I want to say about
Mm-hmm.
the series is that I'm glad for the marketing that came out for it, like the
Yeah.
trailers. It really doesn't give much of anything
It
away.
really did not.
There was no dialogue in the trailers
Mm-mm.
either. It was just from the creator of Full Metal Alchemist, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
the title card, and then some clips from the first episode and a little bit of music.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you an idea, but it doesn't give anything away, and I
Yeah.
really 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 like that type of marketing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think it for this one though, it's really riding on the coattails of Full Metal Alchemist though. Like if it
You think
weren't
so?
I think so. I If it weren't for because imagine watching this trailer
Mm-hmm.
without seeing from the creator of. For me,
Hmm.
if I didn't see from the creator of Full Metal Alchemist
Yeah.
and I saw the trailer, it was just the trailer
Right. Right.
without dialogue, with just music, with just clips from the first episode, and then
Mm-hmm.
title card, Demons of the Shadow Realm. I don't think I'd watch it because um
That's a
and this
good
is from
point.
and this is another universe where you could not like just imagine Full Metal Alchemist doesn't exist. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
cuz you can tell the art style is the same as Full Metal
Oh, for
Alchemist,
sure.
right?
For sure.
So you can probably tell I'm imagining this in a world where Full Metal Alchemist didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I did if I didn't know that this was from another creator that I love and
Mm-hmm.
this is just a full-blown single on its own, I don't think I'd watch it, especially with the other animes that are coming out, because it's just like, oh, demons and that sort of thing. Like
Yeah.
that's, what
That
kind of story
is
is this?
Yeah, that's a good thought experiment, because I agree. Like if I had just seen the trailer, the animation to the show, and um we can go deeper into what we think about the animation in a little while. But the if you're judging it based off of the animation that showcased in the trailer and the setting that showcased in the trailer, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like, okay, we've been here before. Like,
Yep.
okay, feudal Japan, I get it, right? And then the inclusion of demons, like, okay, like, anime is in a demon kick right now. They're everywhere. So it's like, okay, like,
Exactly.
it doesn't seem so different. If it wasn't for clips that were released, like short clips that were released, man, I think I saw these clips maybe 2 weeks ago. Don't quote me on that exactly, but maybe 2 weeks ago. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I saw the clip. I saw one of the clips, and it was of that one character in the red hoodie doing the gobble gobble thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the clip, and I was just like, "Oh crap! This is a little different, right?" Because
Like, what's happening?
yeah, like
Because
there
we
was
didn't see
visual
this in the
cues there.
trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There were visual cues there, and you're just like, okay, something different's going on here, and I can't put my finger on it. And that's where I was like, okay, like this seems like, if Full Metal never existed, and if we never knew who the author was, I think that clip probably would have hooked me in to see like what was gonna happen further. Like I would have given it, one or two episodes. Um, but the fact that I kind of agree that the Full Metal Alchemist name draws people in, but
Mm-hmm.
and this is the part that saddens me a little bit, right? Because I'm not hearing much about this anime anywhere, and it feels as if it's not building the hype that I think it deserves, and
Mm.
maybe it has a lot to do with, I don't know, maybe the
It
trailers.
might be the marketing. It
It
might be
it
the
might,
trailer
yeah, I
because
think it
it's
might be
quiet.
the marketing. Yeah, the trailer's very very vague on what this show is. But man, you see the first episode. I remember watching the first episode, right? I had just got home from work. It was a freaking 12-13 hour day. I was laying in bed. I was watching the episode on my phone. I remember watching it, and I text you right away like, "Holy shit, the first episode had me hooked." And
Yeah.
yeah, like all you have to do is give it the first episode and you're in. You're in at that point. Um so
Which
yeah.
is what
Yeah.
they
Yeah, I
were
think you're
banking
right.
on. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think, like, I do like the premise, but a part, and I was commenting that because a part of me is hanging on a little bit more.
Mhm.
Not to say that it's bad. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it because the
Mhm.
writing for Full Metal Alchemist is really good.
Really
And I'm
good.
excited to see how she takes this story and
Mhm.
what she's going to do with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's riding on that coattail so hard. And
Mhm.
I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I think people are
Yeah.
watching this because they know Full Metal Alchemist was so amazing,
Mhm.
because they know that she knows how to write characters, period. She just knows how to write characters. Like
Ah, she
she
really
knows how to
does.
write male characters really well.
She's really
She knows how
good
to
at
write
writing
female
female
characters really
characters.
well.
Yeah.
Yes, she's just good at humanizing
Mhm.
every every aspect of a human
Yeah.
in its entirety. And I'm just so excited to see what she does with these new sets of characters in this new um universe with its
Same.
own rules. Like
Same.
that's why I'm hanging on, because I'm just so excited to see what happens next.
Yeah.
I I'm s- and I'm on this um manga trip, like
Mhm.
collecting manga. That's
Mhm.
kind of why, like, I've never read Full Metal Alchemist. I kind of want to pick up
Oh,
the
dude, you
manga.
have to.
I
Yeah.
can't I can't right now, but I
Yeah.
would I would love to, just to read
I'll let
through
you
how
borrow mine,
she.
dude. At least the first volume, so you can get a feel for it.
I mean, I know how the first volume goes, but I
Mm-hmm.
just want to go through each and every, chapter and be like, "Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, like this is does she also draw them too? Is she also the artist?"
That's a good question. I mean,
Because some,
I would be
some
surprised if
properties
she
have
wasn't,
writers.
because the art style is pretty consistent. Um,
It says she's a manga artist. Let's see.
okay, so she's got to be, yeah, yeah, she draws it as well. That's why the art style
Okay.
is pretty consistent between both IPs.
Yeah, so she's the artist and the writer. There's no other
Golly,
like
man.
there's no other co-writer.
That's some talent. That's some talent right there, boy. A good writer and artist. I'm jealous.
Let's see. Does she have a co-writer?
um, Let me see, because I know Demons of the Shadow Realm started as a manga first. Um, let's see.
Did not have a
Um, yeah,
co-writer.
it only lists her as being the writer for the IP. Yeah, she's running it solo, man. Golly.
That's cool.
I mean, granted, it's been a while since she created Full Metal. Like, how many? See this manga. Let's see, when did this manga come out? I believe it originally came out in 2021. Um, Full Metal. Let's see, the manga Full Metal ended in 2010, so she took about 11 years between the end of Full Metal Alchemist and the beginning of Demons of a Shadow Realm. So, I mean, that's, man. Can you imagine releasing two bangers like that back to back? I mean, granted, there was a stretch of time between the two, but still. That's some grade A
Yeah.
talent right there,
I
man.
think I think just her hitting it out of the park the first time,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's garnering attention towards this property, and then it's really banking on the fans saying like, "Hey, you have to watch this." Like, first of all, if you haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist, go watch that first, but
What's
you
taking
guys
you
have
so
to
long?
watch
Yeah.
yeah, you have to watch this and the new one that's come out from her because she's doing like even greater things, even
Yeah.
past. She does not have a prime. She just keeps going. Like
Yeah,
that's just
like
who she is.
the part that really the part that really gets me is that this is technically her sophomore um this is technically her sophomore IP, right? In other words, she released Full Metal. She had done a few things beforehand where she had worked with other writers and she was just the artist. But Full Metal was like her first like solo run, and then her sophomore run is this, which is just, it's mind-boggling to me. Like damn, man. that, from an artist and a writer perspective, dude, I tilt my hat to her, because dear God, that is some legendary shit right there.
Mhm.
Granted, obviously, I haven't read the manga to Demons of a Shadow Realm, and I'm only 2 episodes into the anime. But if the anime is any indication of what is happening in the manga, um, I mean, holy crap! Like I said, after the first episode, I was pretty much hooked. Um, but I'm just really disappointed that there's not more. There's not more hype behind this, and it's like you said, it's a marketing issue. I honestly think it's a marketing issue.
I
um
think
mhm.
the marketing did what it could because like we said, you really can't say anything
Yeah.
without spoiling. Like
Yeah,
it
you
it
really
would
can't.
be in the sense of the world in the sense of the word that
Mhm.
that's going to spoil the story. Like, you know, it's not something you can lightly give away and be like, "Oh my God, are you?" You know, like,
Mhm.
oh,
Mhm.
but this is something you really cannot say,
So
or
I
else everyone gets spoiled.
it
Like,
would be safe to say that you and I think the story's pretty good so far. I mean, what
I
would
think
you
it's
grade
good.
the story so far? 2 episodes in, of course.
Out of what?
Let's see. I don't know. Should we have like a out of 5 or out of 10, just so it gives us some room for nuance if we want it.
I'll give it a 8.5.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a good. That's yeah. I agree. I would probably get it at 8.5, close to a 9.
Mm-hmm.
After watching 2 episodes, I it's very rare where I have a property to hook me this quickly. And uh man, I'm trying to think of the last time I got hooked this fast. Um hmm.
There was another one I watched with a pretty good twist at the opening. I can't remember what it's called. Something of Eden.
Um something of I think I'm
Oh,
familiar.
Eden of the West? Is that what?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah. Mhm.
That one had a twist at the opening, and I was like, "What?" Like,
I think the only other one that really hooked me this quickly was probably, oh man, I'm gonna completely forget the name of this anime. I think it's called Globe.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What's the
The premise is about the oh, it's called, I'm sorry, not called Globe. It's called Orb, on the movements of the Earth. It's an anime about the uh what would you call them, philosophers discovering the heliocentric model as opposed to the geocentric model, and the persecution that these early scientists went through in trying to convince the early church that the sun didn't rotate around the earth, but instead it was the other way around. It's a
yeah, you know
really
some
good.
really niche. That is a very niche anime that I
But it's
that
really
is
good. I That's another one I
crazy.
suggest.
I
uh,
mean, it sounds interesting, but holy what?
well,
Like,
it's
never heard
pretty
anything.
new. It came out.
Is it?
Yeah, it came out in last year. It came out last year.
What?
It was produced by
What's it called?
Madhouse. It's called
What's it
Orb.
called?
Orb.
Orb?
Yeah, and the subtitle is On the Movements of the Earth. It's by Madhouse. It it was licensed by Netflix, and I think maybe that's why a lot of people slept on. That's another one a lot of people
Oh, okay.
slept on, but it's
Okay,
really
I'm
good.
seeing okay, cause if it's on Netflix, yeah,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
aren't gonna be able to watch
It's
it.
paywalled. Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm looking at the artwork and I'm thinking I would not watch this,
this
just to
is
be honest.
this is why you gotta start focusing on story, Lily.
No, I really like this is not my type of artwork. Like,
I know. You and me are a little different whenever it comes to
yeah. I
the.
like I like the
Mhm.
pretty pictures to also look pretty.
Well,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Well, with
not saying
me,
this is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not pretty, but
Right,
it's
right.
not bad either. Like,
It's
I'm not saying
I
it's
would
ugly.
I would compare the animation on Orb to like Vinland Saga. It's more of that direction.
I haven't watched that either.
You haven't watched that? Jesus. Nah, just kidding.
No, I heard that one. I heard that one was good, but
Yeah, yeah. I haven't watched that one either. But I also hear that it's very good. But I would compare the animation to that a little bit closer than that. But I think that the main difference is that like whenever it comes to an overall experience, yeah. So sometimes like I like it. I like great animation too, but a great story is really and I think we kind of run into the same thing here with Demons of the Shadow Realm. The animation is decent, right? I would put it. Let's see. If I were to
I think it's pretty good
give
so far.
if I were to give the animation a rating, I would probably put it at a 7, roughly. If we're talking like peak animation is like science what's dang it, what is it? If peak animation is what's the animation house I'm
What are you
thinking
trying to
of?
name?
Oh
Zion
no.
Saru?
Yes. Yes. If like peak animation to me is probably like Dandadan or Science, what is it called again?
Zion Saru?
Yeah, Science Saru. And then if like the worst animation being like Family Guy, I would probably put this at like at probably a solid 7. Would you put it
I think
higher?
the animation is pretty good. I'd say it's an 8.
Mm. Okay.
Um, I think so. Here's what I think
Mm-hmm.
for first episodes. First episodes aren't typically like the most amazing animation. Like
True.
it's,
True.
but
Mm-hmm.
given what has happened in this episode, the first episode alone, like
Yeah.
what they had to do, I think the animation was pretty good because you see a lot of the good animation in places where it requires more frames. Typically
Mm-hmm.
that's like battle scenes or where
Yeah.
they're doing any type of
High
action.
action. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so because of the action that has happened in the first episode alone and it being a first episode, I think it's pretty good for a first episode. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it's like 8.5 as well. Um and I think that score always ramps up later towards the as the show progresses forward because more action starts happening.
For sure. They gotta
So
save
the
that budget.
so the yeah, and the studio gets to, yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
get to use more of the budget. They get to spread their wings a little bit more. So I
Yeah.
think, you can't really bank on the animation in the first episode. That
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
said,
That's a good point.
it was pretty good
Yeah.
for
It
a
did.
first episode.
The animation was pretty good. Like I said,
Mhm.
7's nothing to sneeze at. Um.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. I think that it'll probably get better as we start going deeper into the action scenes. But as
Hmm.
far as what we've seen so far, I think the animation is really good. It's and
Yeah.
if somebody were to say like, "Oh, is it the animation that hooked me?" I gotta say no, right? Obviously, what hooked me was the
Hmm.
story. But the animation isn't making me turn it off. So,
Yeah, it's
you
not
know,
bad.
the animation I think works really well in keeping you immersed into the world. And then, of course,
Hmm.
with the I don't know what should we call it, because it's not really like animation's different to artistic style, because the artistic style is definitely recognizable as being um, oh crap, I gotta remember her name again. Recognizable as we would just call her Awakawa's. Um, it's very much recognizable as her artwork. And I think the animation does a really good job of translating it, just in the same way that Full Metal Alchemist was really good at translating her art style. Um, so yeah, I think it's doing a great job, and there's only room for improvement past this point. That's for damn sure.
Hmm.
What did you think about some of the special effects and 3D work? Did you notice any?
Mm,
I only noticed a couple of them here and there, but it's not like super
I
noticeable.
noticed it in the. I think I only noticed it in the first few shots of the first episode. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's very noticeable when you're looking at the architecture.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. But that's a really
I
good
didn't.
shorthand. Especially whenever you're
Oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Like I don't see a reason why you would need to draw it, and it's
Mm-hmm.
still being made by a human, so
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not angry at that. But I think I like it when animation studios use CGI for that aspect, just because
Mm-hmm.
architecture isn't like human,
Yeah, and
so
it's
it
background
feels,
dressing.
yeah, it feels like. Whereas whenever I watched Demon Slayer,
Mm-hmm.
in the first episode you could tell they used CGI on Tanjiro as he's like walking through places, and I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
like that
yeah.
because when you use CGI for like human characters, it looks
Mm-hmm.
very uncanny valley.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't like that, and I think that's why I didn't want to watch it initially. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but then my ex had watched it further than me and said, "You have to watch it. Like the animation gets
It
good,
gets
I
better, I
promise."
swear.
And it did. It
Yeah,
did, yeah.
yeah.
And they had since like stopped using CGI so much on the characters.
Outside of
They only started
environments. Yeah.
Yeah, they only started using it on like background characters where was a crowd and something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um and if they had to use it on the main characters, they dressed them up a little bit more so it wasn't so noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but them using it on architecture in this anime, like I said, it feels more natural because
Yeah. They're
buildings aren't
stationary
natural.
objects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not. It doesn't feel weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the only time I ever saw them use like 3D models in this one is whenever they're doing like POV shots where they're zooming through environments, right? Like sometimes that's
Yeah.
impractical to hand animate, so throwing in some CG elements there helps with the shorthand, and it allows them to focus on the foreground characters a little bit better. Um, I especially like the way that they utilize CG with the power sets. Um, and it didn't feel like it was out of place, or at least none that I noticed felt terribly out of place. Um, I think the only thing that ever threw me out is a lot of anime lately have been using um 3D models for vehicles. Out
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and whenever you see a moving vehicle side by side with traditional animation, it really throws it's noticeable to me. So like,
It yeah.
like no spoilers, but whenever they animated the or 3D animated the helicopters, I was just like, oh, okay, that most definitely
That
looks.
is kind of spoilers.
What? No,
Yeah, that is kind of spoilers because they didn't
ah,
show that in the
fuck.
trailer.
Oh, you're right. I mean,
Yeah,
just
that was.
vehicles.
I mean, even mentioning vehicles was kind of spoilers too,
Jesus Christ,
because
there's
they
no
didn't
way
mention
not
that
to.
in the trailer. Yep, that's why I'm saying, like,
You
you can't market
cannot
this
not
without
spoil
saying,
this thing.
because that was kind of the big thing. Is
God
that
damn it.
okay? Well, I think we gotta cut this review short. That's where we
Well, we
end it.
haven't we haven't really given away anything. But yeah, whenever they use 3D modeling for um moving objects, it just becomes a little bit more
It
noticeable.
is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
But
it feels a
it's
little
not
weird.
so weird to
I
the point where it's
Yeah, I
it hurts
think
it.
yeah, of course. I think the same way too. Like
Mhm.
it is noticeable,
Yeah.
but it doesn't feel as weird as a CGI human because it's like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, that's
CGI
a
humans are the
artificial
freaking
thing.
worst.
Yeah, like that's
Uh
a CGI artificial thing. Like I
mhm.
can definitely get behind that because, those aren't like
Yeah.
organic. That's the word. They're not organic to begin
Yeah.
with. So it
Mhm.
like feels okay
Mhm.
to watch it. Whereas if it's a CGI'd human or CGI organic anything, feels really weird
Yeah.
like to watch.
I mean it only makes sense. It only makes sense if you're dealing with a fully 3D modeled world. You know, like if you're talking about like, B stars, or if you're talking about,
Yeah.
Trigun, fully
Mm.
3D actualized world, all characters are in 3D, all environments are in 3D, like Arcane, things like that. It blends a whole lot better. But whenever you do have like traditional hand drawn animation next to those figures, yeah, it throws you off completely. um, let's see. So outside of animation, special effects, the story, um, I guess what rating would you give just the overall um anime as far as the first two episodes that you've seen?
Oh, I thought that came hand in hand with the story.
Yeah, it kind of does. I mean, I would
And
definitely
animation.
give it the same rating.
What why does that differentiate in
Oh,
terms
cuz
of
cuz I
why does this
guess
category differentiate from story and animation?
oh, because then I'm talking about whenever you merge the three between story, animation, special effects, how it all mixes together and to create right something the show that you're watching. Like whenever you take it all like a I guess like an average between the three.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, it's an 8 so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I would
Mm,
give it like an 8.5 like I did
mm.
with the story. Like it's doing really well. Um and I think there's already 4 episodes out for this. And so whenever I get the chance, I'm going to keep I'm going to keep watching it and keep up as it comes out. Cuz I think this
Mhm.
is a weekly I think it's a weekly release. So there's
Yeah.
6 episodes so far. Well, crap. On the website I was on, I only saw 4. You know what? Even better. I'll take it. That just means more I get to watch. But yeah. Um yeah, I think we both rate it pretty high, and I really hope there's more word of mouth for this
Yeah, I
property.
think so. It takes a while for stuff to gain traction.
Yeah.
Um, I think, like I said, it's really banking on the notoriety of the previous property that she's made.
Mhm.
So it's gonna ride on that. And if not, that, then it's just people saying like, hey, you really gotta watch this. Um, it's from a renowned author already,
Right?
and and the story's already a banger. Like you gotta watch it. So I think I think it'll be fine. It'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll be okay too. I think the more people watch it, I think it's going to
Mhm.
become people are going to be talking about it more and more.
Yeah, I think it's just like the same thing with Gachiakuta. Like that
Mhm.
didn't really like it was not that it didn't really. It just took a while. like a snowball. Like
Yeah.
there was a ball that existed first, and then it snowballs.
Mm-hmm.
People gather onto it and say, "Hey, this is pretty good." So
All right. Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen.
Man, Mark's throwing me for a whirl here. He says that he's already watched 6 episodes. I guess the website I'm on has only shown 4.
Hmm.
Maybe I need to look at a different website.
May have
Either
to.
way, I'm gonna try to keep up with it as much as possible. But the final question for the review is, what characters that are you drawing today that stood out to you most?
Um, I think I'm gonna do. So obviously, I really like the design of Yuru. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's his name, the main character that
Yeah.
you see in all of the promos and stuff like that.
Right.
I like his character. I think I'm doing it as a homage to Full Metal Alchemist as well because I'm doing in the background here, I'm drawing
Right.
Edward.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah. And I just really like how Arakawa writes these um these male protagonists
Mm-hmm.
um and their dynamic with their family and their dynamic as characters as a whole,
Yeah.
like, and I love so much, even with Edward, because he came out at a time where it was very early 90s or early
Mm-hmm.
2000s, right? And it's the male it's this, male protagonist. It's during a time where I think all animes had a loud, annoying type of
Where everybody
humor
had to be
to
screaming
their
constantly.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Edward. And I think even with that, like, Edward, and mind you, during the story of Full Metal Alchemist, I think Edward was like 14. So he's
Mm-hmm.
a he's a preteen. He's a preteen boy.
Yeah,
He's
this is the
allowed to
first
be
time.
loud.
Yeah, this is the
He-
first time from this author that I've seen her tackle a 17, 18-year old.
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
even writing for a 14-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
like he had his, and of course Edward has gone through some shit, so
Of course.
he he is a little bit, he's grown because he had to.
Mm-hmm.
I think even writing him with that in mind, like he had a seriousness to him because of what he had to do for his family.
Yeah.
Um and I like that. I like that she always writes them considering like the people around them. And I
Mm-hmm.
think, yeah. And I think that's really I don't know, I'm trying to think of other male protagonists that, because of course you want to make your protagonist likable. So they have to
Mm-hmm.
consider the people around them, right? Because if
Yeah.
they didn't, they'd be assholes and you
True.
probably wouldn't like them. So I'm thinking about like Naruto. Like, how is Naruto written?
Kind
Naruto
of
is also a
bratty.
loud,
Yeah.
bratty kid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he also had like like I'm gonna do like the right thing
Mm-hmm.
because that's what a Hokage does. Like that's what a leader does.
Right.
Um, but I'm trying to compare that with Edward. I'm just like, I don't know. It's a little different. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It is a little different. I think Edward is bratty and arrogant due to his um due to his natural ability that he has with alchemy, and then um also, like, it was a mixture between his arrogance and then his insecurities, and then of course the trauma that he went through. So
mhm.
yeah, yeah, he's definitely the way she writes him, and the way he grows up throughout the anime is definitely justified.
Yeah. man. Eh, talking about this and then, watching the new anime makes me just wanna also rewatch uh Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh yeah, man.
What a
That's
good show.
such a good
Rewatching that for the
show.
first time would be so great, like,
Dude,
without memory.
yeah,
Like,
and I'm one of those people where I liked the first ending as well. So
I didn't okay, so I have a love-hate relationship with that type of ending
mhm.
because like, obviously I liked it. Okay, so here we can spoil it because 'cause it's
Mhm.
been, like, what, 20 years?
Yeah,
But,
at least.
it's been a long time. So if you haven't seen the first Full Metal Alchemist and you haven't watched the first Full Metal
Then
Alchemist
that's your
movie,
issue now.
yeah, where they travel to our world essentially and they
Mhm.
and they hint at anime Hitler in
Yeah.
the movie,
Mhm.
because they're in our universe.
Right.
Um you're kind of lost. I don't care if we're spoiling it for you.
Mhm.
Go watch the movie.
Go
But
watch it.
like yeah, I do like it because he ends up with his brother again,
Yeah.
Like
I
I
I
I
liked
hate
it.
though he
Uh-huh.
didn't end up with Winry in that
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that world.
But I mean that was so early 2000s as well. Like because in the manga obviously he ends up with Rinri because you have
Yeah.
the author who really respected that character and how Rinri, it's such a hard name for me to say because I got an issue with saying W's, but um how Winri ugh,
Mhm.
develops as the anime goes on. But what I
Mhm.
really did like about the first ending or the original anime's ending that we got was the twist of the alchemy that his original universe has is fueled by the deaths that happen in our universe. And I was like,
Oh,
what?
because what's the word? Or what do they say in that anime so much? You can't take without giving.
Yeah, equivalent
So
exchange. Yeah.
yeah, equivalent exchange. So
Mm-hmm.
in order for them to have had this power, there has to be a sacrifice, and the only sacrifice is from another universe, which is
Exactly.
Papa.
It's
Like
so fucking. It's
my
such a cool concept.
that is
Let's.
pretty cool.
It's
Pretty
a
cool.
really
Yeah.
cool concept. Yeah. So I remember seeing that whenever I watched the first one. I was like, dude, it's such a sober ending because it's not like a clean everybody's happy ending, right? It's like oh
Yeah.
shit, we're finding ourselves in this other universe now. Yes, I'm with my brother now, but in order to get back to my I have to find a way to get back to my original universe. And it was one of those endings where it's like, dude, if they keep this going, like how the hell are they going to do that, right? And then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, well, anime's over and we're rebooting it a couple of years later.
And it's the actual story.
Yeah, we're gonna do the actual ending, the actual story, and
Yeah.
like,
I'm okay with
yeah, I was fine with it because the actual ending is still very much good. Um, whenever Brotherhood came out, it was a little bittersweet, right? Because the animation got a little bit of an upgrade, but
Mhm.
it did feel like you were treading a lot of the same you're treading a lot of the same path again, right? So
Yeah, of course.
yeah, yeah. So it's like the big surprises are now gone. You know, the big heartaches are gone as well because you've already experienced them once with the previous anime, and you're essentially getting it again this time. And it wasn't until you got to the end game where you're like, okay, now we're in different territory. Now
Now
I'm
we're learning
experiencing,
new
yeah,
things.
now I'm experiencing something new. You know, um,
I think with that one though is
mm-hmm.
because the gap between the stories was kind of pretty noticeable. It's kind
Yeah.
of a large gap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but for me, I kind of like forgot. Like, of course, you can never forget
The yeah.
finding out about what that motherfucker did to his daughter.
That
Like,
son of a bitch.
you cannot ever forget that
Mm-hmm.
feeling.
Yeah.
And you're watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and you're watching the scene, and you're
Yeah.
like, this is it. This is where this fucker reveals that he did that horrible shit to his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're feeling the pent up rage. I understand that does not compare to you putting two and two together and being like, holy shit,
Yeah.
he did
He
that
did
thing to his
what now?
daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he he alchemized his daughter to a dog. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand that you can never get that feeling again, but I think you can find some solace in rewatching it by paying attention to how they animate the scenes and
Yeah.
listening to how they score the scenes, and then
True.
listening to how
True.
they redub or resub the scenes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's in a new, it's the same but different, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I found like that feeling kind of again by doing that for me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously they did a few things a little bit different, and they of course added some things that they didn't due to, them not being able to because stuff in the story wasn't fleshed out yet, this,
Mm-hmm.
that, the other, you know.
Well, I mean, like one of the big events that I liked from the original anime that I think that they did a little bit worse in the Brotherhood version was
Mhm.
the death of May Hughes or General Hughes. Was it General Hughes? I think it was General
I
Hughes.
don't I don't know his
I forgot what his
um
title was. Um,
well, I
but
didn't spell it right.
current. Oh, I'm sorry, Lieutenant Colonel Hughes. That's who it is.
Okay.
I think the original did his death a little bit better because they spent a little, or we spent a little bit more time with him and his family in the original anime, and that emotional
Mhm.
punch after he's killed is like that. That was rough, man.
That
And
that I'll agree with you. I kind of wish they had done the same with his character in Brotherhood
yeah,
because um he is a little bit of annoying, but you find him endearing that he
yeah.
does that to his coworkers and that he
Mm-hmm.
loves his family. And then yeah, like the way that they did his death in the first iteration of FMA
Yeah,
was really well done. Yeah, I
yeah.
have to agree with that.
It really
That's
does sting the heart a little bit.
that yeah,
A
that
little
the way that
worse.
they yeah, the way that they did the death scene and the way
Mm-hmm.
that they handled everything. Yeah, that uh the first FMA did
Yeah.
do it
And like
justice.
if I could, if I don't know, like whenever somebody gives me like, okay, which one was better, it's hard. It's hard because there's a lot of things that I like from the
I mean,
first one.
I will for sure say Brotherhood just
Mm-hmm.
cuz I say Brotherhood because I really like what they did with the homunculi. Like
They did expand the homunculi a little bit
they
better.
did such a
Yeah.
good job with the
Mm-hmm.
homunculi. Like the fact that, oh my gosh, the big dude in the house was a
Mm-hmm.
homunculi himself.
Yeah.
That's a crazy reveal. And then his kid is the biggest bad of the homunculi.
Right.
That's a big reveal. Like, holy, the the
Yeah.
m- the
Yeah.
call is coming from inside the house. Like that that
Exactly.
reveal is like, holy, like,
Yeah, it's one of those things like they really gave a lot better context to homunculi and and kind of like developed those characters a lot
And
better
their
in the
dad.
second one.
Their
Yeah,
dad.
and their dad. Yeah,
Yeah.
they went way
Like,
deeper into the dad in the second one.
yeah, basically the antagonist. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that's why Brotherhood is better, because they didn't get a chance to do that with the first one,
Yeah.
because the manga hadn't gone that far to revealing
Yeah,
like
I
what
kind of always say like I wish I could merge the two.
it would be
But it's
great.
two completely different endings. That's the part that
Oh
sucks.
yeah. Yeah. Like the what they did with that one one-off character, the lady with the pink hair.
Oh,
Like they
oh,
they they
yeah.
kind of fleshed out her character more because they
Mm-hmm.
had to, because again, they didn't have a big bad
Mm-hmm.
revealed
Yeah.
at the time. So I think I kind of like what they did with her character, but also it didn't make sense because it
Mm-hmm.
was like, what? Like
What's
we
happening in the
we
where
didn't
again?
we didn't yeah, we didn't see her throughout the whole series until again now. Like that's
Right?
kind of crazy. Um it would be kind of cool to merge them, but then,
Yeah. But it's
like I
too
like
much
them adding,
contradictions. Yeah.
yeah, I like them adding the eastern region
Yeah,
with the
exactly.
with
Mm-hmm.
with alkahestry, like a different form of
Of
um
alchemy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um I like the little Asian girl. She's cute
Yeah. Her and her
with the little
panda.
panda.
Super
Yeah,
cute.
super cute.
It's true. It's true. Like I like them both. I really do like them
Mhm.
both. And
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, I'm collecting the manga now, and I don't own any of the anime series now that I think about it. Either of
Oh.
them, really. I've only ever watched it through streaming services, or
I think
whenever it
me
was
too.
originally airing on uh what where did it originally air? Where did I see this show originally? Let me see here.
I know
Was
I
it on
watched it online, so.
online? I don't remember.
Well, I
Was it
know
on
I watched it
Toonami?
online. I don't know about you.
I
Okay,
don't I
I
don't
think
remember
this
if it
makes
was on
sense.
Toonami or not. Yeah, that must have been the way I watched it. It was on Toonami.
Okay.
But that was yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. It was on Adult Swim Action back in 2003. That's how I remember watching it. And then I watched Brotherhood through streaming. Okay, that makes sense. Honestly, it's been so long. I honestly didn't remember whenever I originally saw it. But that's a really cool homage. Getting both of them in the same picture. I like that. Um, Honestly, as far as who I chose to draw, I needed to draw left. And I'm not gonna go any
Mm.
further than that, because any further than that is spoiler territory. But as soon as I saw this character, I was like, I gotta draw her.
I mean, okay, so I think with left,
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of say what she
I
is
don't know if you
without
can.
without it being spoilers,
If
because
the
it's in
last
the
thing I
name.
saw was a
It's in
spoiler.
the name. It's in the name of the title. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, yes, but
you can
true.
say
But
that.
I can't say like
You
where they came from or
you
anything
can't
else to
say where
that.
they came from, but you
Yeah.
can say what she is, I think. I think.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I can say that she's a demon? Yes?
Yes,
Okay, I can say
because
she's
it's
a
in the
demon.
title.
It's in the title.
Yeah.
So I can say
And
she's a demon.
you already said the worst spoiler, so I think
That was not the worst spoiler.
that was a pretty bad spoiler. That was I'm not even
No, it
gonna
was not.
I'm not even joshing with you, bro. That was pretty bad. That's pretty
I was talking
that's
about
part of the
3D, bro.
that's part of the. That's part of the. That's
I
part
didn't
of the
even say in
lore.
what
Like
context it was in the actual show.
we're talking about the show. Like we're.
Oh, by the
But
way,
yeah,
in chat,
she's a demon.
welcome Gangster Shinobi, man. Glad to see you here.
Hey, welcome.
Right now, we're currently reviewing Demons of the Shadow Realm and drawing our favorite characters from the first two episodes. But I guess I could say she is a demon in the show. I'm not
And
gonna
that's it.
say and
That's it.
that's pretty much it. I can't say how she's revealed. I can't say why
That's it,
she's
guys.
there. All I
And
can say is that whenever I saw her, automatically I was like, I gotta draw her.
yeah, she has a really I do like her.
I like her
I
design.
do like her design.
I like her
Yeah,
demeanor. she she is, damn it, man. I can't say anything other than the fact that I
I
just
know.
really like her.
That's it.
That's it.
Yep, she's
That's all I
cool.
can say. Fuck.
She's cool. Anime's cool. Go watch it.
Yeah, go watch the
End of story.
anime. It's fucking good. Oh man. I guess from there, you want to go ahead and start getting into our topics?
Yeah,
All right,
we
perfect.
may.
Perfection. We got quite a few topics since we weren't here last week. Apologize on my behalf. My day job got in the way. Um, but man, a lot has happened. Do you want to go through the lighthearted stuff first, or go through some of the newsworthy things? Do you want to go first, and we just go back and forth, tit for tat?
Um, yeah, if you'd like. You want
Yeah,
me to go first?
yeah, sure, sure. Go ahead and do your topic first.
Okay. Let's see, which topic do I want to start with? Okay, we can start with this one.
Mm.
So my prediction has come true. They
Mm.
have upped the price of the Switch 2 by $50 due to RAM shortages.
Oh God. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I have heard that they're balancing out the price increase by lowering the price of the games. Is that true?
I don't know about that, but I do know, that would be cool. But I do know that they're re-released a bundle, which made me mad because I because I bought the Switch like a couple months ago,
That's true.
and the bundle had just ended,
Uh
and I
huh.
was like, "Oh shoot." And then they re-released it just now, but with the price increase of the Switch. So I don't know, win-win, I guess, but
Right.
I'm not beating myself up to it too much for it.
So,
But
mm-hmm.
anyways, you guys should probably go get a Switch right
You
now if
should
you
go
want
grab
to,
one while you
because it looks like
can.
they're gonna be raising the prices. But anyways, you may go.
It does look as if Nintendo is lowering the price of the digital games for select
Okay.
first party titles. So, let's see, they're gonna be starting with the releases like Yoshi and the Mysterious Book and Splatoon Raiders. Um,
Oh, nice.
the digital versions are going to be going from 50 anywhere between $50 to $60, where the physicals are going to be $60 to $70. So it's a $10 decrease. So that's not
Hmm.
bad. It looks as if they're trying to level the playing field for to entice people to buy their system, since the price has gone up a smidge.
That is nice, though.
I
I
know,
do
right?
appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very much so. Let's see. Let me go ahead and go with a topic that I have here. Um, let me do something we would both know, because I know I had sent this over to you earlier this week. They were teasing season 8 Sins of Alchemax on Marvel Rivals, and they revealed Cyclops and Devil Dinosaur, which
Mm-hmm.
I they released a trailer for it, and dude, what they're doing with Cyclops. I don't know who Cyclops' PR agent is, but the Cyclops is having a fucking renaissance right now between like X-Men 97 and the games. I mean, holy shit. He's all of a sudden becoming a badass. And I think whenever I was talking to you earlier in the week about it, I was like, I'm not used to seeing Cyclops portrayed as like a skilled strategist and a soldier, because um, the outside of the comics, right, the Cyclops that I was used to seeing in animation and in video games kind of portrayed him as like the mutant Captain America, right? He was just kind of like a mutant Boy Scout. Um, and seeing the Cyclops that I've seen in the comics portrayed in games and media, I mean, dude, it is fucking awesome. I'm
Mm-hmm.
here for it. What did you think about did you get a chance to see the trailers?
Yeah, I watched the. I don't know if there are multiple trailers, but I watched
I think there's only
the
one.
first one. Yeah, I
Mhm.
watched the first one where they announced. Yeah, where they announced him, and then you kind of see um the dinosaur at the end.
Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
devil dinosaur. They did release some gameplay for him. It's weird. They released gameplay for Devil Dinosaur, but they haven't released gameplay for Cyclops yet, which I thought was
because I think
interesting.
yeah, because I think they're doing him first, which is funny that
Mm-hmm.
they did the trailer for Cyclops first, and then and then
Yeah,
it's the dinosaur
I think it's mainly because the
releasing
hype.
first.
Yeah, people have been hyping Cyclops for a while, ever since the release of Gambit and Rogue. People have been talking about when are they gonna bring Cyclops? When are they gonna bring Cyclops?
Yeah.
Um, but what I found interesting is that have you seen any of the Devil Dinosaur gameplay yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so he's most definitely a tank, right? He's
Yeah, he's a tank.
gigantic. He's
Hmm.
absolutely a monster. He's huge, and he can do like this Godzilla breath. But what I thought was interesting is that he melees with his tail. Did you notice that?
Oh, I hadn't seen that far.
Oh, you haven't seen that far?
But it
So,
makes sense. He can't use his
right,
arms.
he can't use
Too
his
short?
arms, but the weird part is that whenever he melees with his tail, you know how a lot of times whenever you have um dinosaurs in a video game and they do use their tails, they usually do like this roundhouse thing in order to hit somebody.
Yeah.
From the gameplay that I saw, he was just swinging his tail back and forth behind him, which made it seem as if you have to be faced away from the enemy in order to hit him with the melee.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was super weird. I had
Hmm.
never seen that kind of used in a video game before, I guess, and um I don't know. What do you think about that? I know you haven't seen it yet, but the idea that they're using that you have to be faced away from the enemy to hit him with the tail. What
Do
do you
you have
think
a
that's about?
video that
I Let
do
me
you
see
have
if
a
I can
video of
find
him?
one. Give me 1 second. I'm pretty sure I can find.
Okay, here, I'm just looking it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up on the desktop here because I'm pretty sure. Uh, Devil Dinosaur gameplay. YouTube, don't fail me now. Let's see. Do we have something directly from? There you go. GameStop has a video. And let me see if I can pull this up. Pause. Oh no, I don't know if this is going to be laggy or not. Hopefully it won't be. Let's see. Where are you? Let me unmute it. And then let me just find the source browser. Oh wait, no. That's not what I'm wanting. What am I wanting? Oh. Window capture. That's what I want. Oh no. It's not there. Maybe if I add a new?
Yeah, the video I'm watching doesn't show
It's not showing it.
him meleeing, it's just him biting, which
He...
is one of his abilities. And
There
then
we
he
go.
hops on them.
I found some video here. I'll put it here on screen. Hopefully the lag's not too terrible. Oh no, the lag is terrible. It is showing him swinging his tail just a little bit. But I do see where it's like mostly him biting. Huh. He's a big old boy. Ah, the lag. Huh. It didn't show him using his tail. Well, crap. Maybe he doesn't use his tail as much. Although, do you think it would be cool, and I don't know if any other character has this, but have two different kinds of melees? Where he could also, that he could bite, and then he could also... Oh, wait, let me see here. Mark says that around the 10 to 15 second mark is the best example of what I'm talking about. So he does use his tail. Huh, that's interesting. Well, crap. I don't know. Has Marvel Rivals ever had a character that used two different kinds of melees?
Technically, yes.
Oh. Well, I'll be damned.
It's going to be magic because she's has a sword. So her primary fire, quote quote, your left click
Right.
is her primary melee because she doesn't shoot bullets. She just swings a sword.
Right.
So to reset that animation, you can just melee with the melee button.
Hmm.
So that's what you see a lot of pro magics do. They'll primary fire melee, primary fire melee, which in what you're describing, that's what it feels like is just
Oh.
alternating melees because for her she's just purely a melee character, right?
Right.
Where her primary fire is different from her melee attack.
Hmm.
And I think she's the only one that has that variation because of the way she uses her sword. Because her melee is her attacking with her hilt. Her
Oh.
primary fire is attacking with the sword
With the
using
actual blade.
blade part, like how you use a sword.
Yeah.
So that's how that goes. For other characters who are uh, purely melee, let's see. Rogue is a purely melee character.
Mm-hmm.
Her primary fire and her melee are both the same. So it doesn't matter what you do.
Huh.
She punches. That's it. So
Yeah.
she doesn't do a different thing with her fist or she doesn't elbow you. That's what she does.
Right.
Who else? I haven't used Iron Fist enough to know if his primary fire, which I assume would just be him throwing a fist,
Mm-hmm.
is different than his melee. I would assume they're the same because again, you can't really unless he
Yeah.
kicks, which, you can fight with your feet as well. For for this dinosaur character,
Mm-hmm.
I can see him swinging his tail around to melee.
Yeah.
Um they already kind of do this type of animation with Squirrel Girl. So if you noticed with each of the characters, they don't just do one melee chop animation. They actually alternate through three types of melee animation.
Oh.
For Squirrel Girl, for example, she'll swing her slingshot
Mm-hmm.
first to the left, then the next melee attack to the right, then her last melee attack she'll swing her tail around to attack you with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's her alternate melee animations. For Invisible Woman, she also does the same thing. She alternates through three different types of melee attacks when you continuously press the melee button. She'll hit you with her right hand first, then with her left, and then the third animation is her using both her hands. And then there's this little push because she uses her force field powers
Yeah.
to like push you back, which is also a little hack you can use to push characters even farther with a different ability she uses, which I found out. So,
Oh.
um, yeah, little tips and tricks that you can find in the game is by just paying attention to what melee attack they're using.
Mm-hmm.
Because with some characters, it actually does different things. So that's a cool thing with the game.
Well, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is commonplace. Well,
So
that's
I
cool.
think for Devil Dinosaur, it looks like his bite is an ability. It doesn't look like it's his primary fire. It doesn't look like he even has a primary fire. Um, so it'll be interesting to see how you play with him.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know
play
why
style.
I don't know why his bite wouldn't be his primary fire. Wait, no, it's right down here. Never mind. It's to the left. Yeah, it is his chomp. So his biting is his primary fire.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So I think, yeah, I think if it could be the same thing with magic where you could alternate animations
Mm-hmm.
to do more damage. So, um, yeah. So
That's awesome,
look out for that.
right? Now it makes me wonder what they're gonna be doing with Cyclops. They're really slow rolling him out.
Yeah, I think they're, trying to perfect him as much as possible.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure they already know what to do with him if they're already announcing him in this new season. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
can't just announce him and not know what to do with his
Yeah,
kit.
exactly.
That would be pretty funny. But I'm pretty sure they got it.
All right, go ahead and introduce your next topic.
Um,
What would you like to tackle next?
we can talk about. Oh, this one was funny.
Mm-hmm.
GameStop bid to buy eBay earlier last week.
Oh God,
I don't know if you heard,
aren't
but they
they?
did.
Aren't isn't GameStop in trouble themselves? Where are they getting the money
Yeah,
to?
that's that's why everyone was like, that's what made everyone pause because everyone
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, like, so
Yeah,
this is,
like I thought it was on its last leg.
yeah, so this is how people were comparing the two. eBay's market value is 46 billion
Mm-hmm.
and GameStop's market value is 12 billion. So that's,
They just thought they'd shoot for
uh,
the stars on this one, huh?
yeah, there's like, totally. But
Wow.
then earlier this week, eBay turned down the bid and they
No.
described it as neither credible nor attractive. So
Wow.
that's how that that's how that worked.
Damn.
Yeah.
Insult to
And I think
injury.
yeah, I think last week too, the CEO for GameStop was on an interview,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he was getting mad at people for not like knowing that it was happening or something like that. I don't know, but it was pretty funny because it's
Wow.
just like no one is really taking this that seriously. Like there's no way that you could
So,
ever acquire.
do you think that this is a situation where like they're just doing something to garner attention, or do you think they were
Oh,
honestly trying to?
no, I think they were trying.
They
I
were like, I know
think
you're
they were
valued
trying.
higher than our company, but think about the memes, eBay. Think about the
I
memes.
I think they were saying it was because of like Pokemon cards, like that market, because people bid on Pokemon cards on eBay all the time.
Yeah.
I think that was the market they were trying to tap into. It could
Hmm.
be anything, but like
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I don't
a
know.
that was a long shot. I mean,
Shooting for the stars there.
exactly. Like props to GameStop for shooting their shot, I guess. They were like,
Yeah.
hey, like they probably would have had a better chance of asking eBay to buy them, but
Yeah, exactly.
I guess, hey man, like like get your bag, I guess.
hmm
That's so dumb.
Nice try.
Right?
Nice try, but
Nice try, but no dice on that one.
yeah, that was the funny thing that I read about last week. And funny to everybody too, because everyone was like, "Oh, like, are you for real right now?"
Right? Well, on the topics of video games, um, I recently saw that Sega is looking to recreate their Crazy Taxi game. Did you ever play Crazy Taxi whenever you were younger?
No.
No. So, do you know of it?
I've heard of the title. I literally know nothing about it.
Nothing about the game itself. Oh,
Nope.
dude, we used to play Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast all the stinking time. It was just a fun game. Like it was like a balls to the wall driving game, where you were this taxi driver, and I think they had a number of arcade games. You were a taxi driver and you were just, yeah, Mark remembers, freaking used to love Crazy Taxi back in the day, man. And you would just like drive like a maniac through like a San Francisco, through San Francisco streets, just trying to get from point A to point B. And you were timed the entire way. And if you did tricks along the way, like jumping a semi ramp or something to that degree, you'd get you would your passenger would award you more money. And you know the whole point of the game is to get to the checkpoint in time and to make as much money as possible. And I don't know
Hmm.
why the game was so stinking fun, but it was like I think it was the soundtrack and just the chaos of the driving. Just it just hooked you in. And I remember playing it at the arcade a number of times until we finally got it on the Dreamcast. And whenever I saw that Sega was trying to make a new one. I don't know if it's going to be a reboot or whether or not it's a brand new game. But I thought that was fun. I hope they keep the original energy of the or I hope they keep the energy of the original for sure. But I
So
thought that was
you
pretty
mentioned,
cool. Mhm.
yeah, you mentioning that actually came from the announcement of them canceling um their one project of what is it called? They canceled their project to make a game that was similar to like Fortnite and other stuff like that.
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
know
like
about
Final
that.
Fantasy 14 online or something like that. They were trying to make a
Oh
game
man.
that was
Uh-huh.
similar to those games, you know,
Yeah.
where a bunch of people jump on and do this thing, right? Like
Mhm.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
But they quietly announced sometime this week that they're canceling it. Like they announced
Huh.
it 2 years ago and then they quietly canceled it this week because I think they saw how things were going with Fortnite and they were like,
Oh.
yeah, no, I don't think we should
Oh, I
follow.
see what you're talking about. It was an article in Polygon about it.
Yeah.
But it looks like they are gonna
And
keep some of their remakes.
yeah,
Huh.
so they decided to just I think fully go in on making remakes and stuff like that because they see the market in that.
Mm-hmm.
But they stopped doing this project because they're like, well, look what happened with Fortnite. They just let it
Oh
go a
man.
bunch of people and they're not making money from it and this and that.
Yeah, I get it.
Let's remake games. Yeah. So
Well, I mean, if they are getting rid of that game, at least it says here that they still have in development games like Jet Set Radio, which super excited about that. That's cool. Along with Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe. Damn, talk about a blast from the past there. That's like Sega
yeah.
Genesis game and Streets of Rage. All right. Well, I mean, at least we're still getting good games out of it. Way to go,
Yeah.
Sega.
So they're backtracking, which is
Mm-hmm.
good, because no one wants
Yeah.
another Fortnite. There's
Nobody
already too
wants
much of
another
Fortnite.
live service,
That's
man. We need to
that's
stay
pretty
away
good.
from them.
Like we're okay with that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
we're good. We're good with it.
Yeah. And, you know, like people are loving this nostalgia trip and
Mm-hmm.
saw how well, Silent Hill remake did, saw how well a bunch of recent remakes did.
True.
Nintendo makes a lot of money on remakes all the
All
time.
the time, yeah.
Come
It's their
on.
bread and butter.
Remake Shadow the Hedgehog. Come on. Just
Exactly.
just redo it. Um but yeah, I'm glad that they're pivoting.
Yeah, yeah, I'm glad for the pivot too. Like sometimes I just think that live service games are just don't get me wrong, I play plenty of them, but it's fun going back to some of the classics and just having just a whole game that you can play and you don't have to worry about season passes and all that crap.
Mhm.
All right, what topic do you want to tackle next?
Um You can pick one of yours. I'm kind of
Yeah,
focusing
I
on
got a couple of small ones here.
these.
I'll just go through like two or three small ones here. So, let's see. I was really excited to learn that Warner Brothers. Well, this is kind of up in the air, because Warner Brothers has a Westworld film in the works. Um, David Coep is writing the script. He's one of the original writers from the show whenever it aired. So that's a promising um, that's very promising because I want him to continue working on it. What I think is interesting is that they say that they have a big director attached to the film, but they haven't announced who the big director is. Anybody who is familiar with Westworld knows that it was Christopher Nolan's brother who directed the show. So it would be really interesting if they could get his brother to direct the movie.
Mm.
Do us a solid, man.
Mhm.
Let's see. Let's see some quick fires. It looks as if Ahsoka season 2 is in the works and it's going to be released early next year. Super excited for any Star Wars fans out there who liked Ahsoka the first season. I'm super excited to see that one coming down the pipes. And at the end of this year, we are also going to be getting Vision Quest, which is essentially the third show in the Scarlet Witch trilogy, which I consider
What?
this. Well, I considered the Scarlet Witch trilogy to be WandaVision, Agatha All Along, and now Vision Quest.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They're adding more. That's
Mm-hmm.
great.
Yeah, that one should be
I
coming out
loved
in
Agatha
October.
all along.
Oh yeah, I loved that one too, and I loved
Just because I
WandaVision.
love, just because I love witches, but like that was cool. Loved it.
Yeah, I love that one. And I'm super down for what Vision. I've only heard rumors of what Vision Quest is about, but if they go down the same route that they have been going down for these shows, then yeah, I have no doubt that it's gonna be good.
Is
Um,
it
mm-hmm.
going to be centered around? It has to be, right?
Yeah,
The vision that,
the White Vision.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be
Which
centered around
remind me
him.
how remind me how he came to be again? I can't remember. It's been a
So
while. It's been a
he
really long time.
was that version of Vision was a all right. So we know that the Vision died in what is it? Did he die? He died in Infinity War. We know that
Yep.
he died in Infinity War at the hands of Thanos. Um, and then in WandaVision, she brought him back using her magic, right?
Mhm.
And then, of course, at the end of spoilers, to anyone who hasn't seen it, which at this point we should really just
It's been
call
like
this
10
show.
years, dude. No, that's fine. It's been 10 years.
So,
If you haven't
spoiler
watched it
alert!
yet, why are
If you
you
haven't
even
watched
watching?
it yet, at the end of WandaVision, he ends up fading away along with Wanda's illusion magic. You know, whenever it finally all goes down. So he like dies a second time. But during that show, she does find him in the hands of the government, and they were kind of taking him apart, which kind of led to her creating that pocket universe in the town. Well, White Vision was after the government put him back together again, which is why he had no memory of Wanda. He had no memory of himself. So whenever he met himself, the original Vision, in Wanda's hex world, right? Then that's whenever he started going on this self-discovery journey, which is why it felt like that storyline was kind of plopped in there, and then they left it because I think they were going to explore it further in this show that's going to be coming up later on this year. So I'm
Okay.
super excited for that. Let's see, any other small ones here? Oh, you'd be happy to learn that the live action Zelda, the release date has been moved up.
Actually, I care nothing about the live action Zelda.
Ah, come
I love Legend of
on.
Zelda, but I really don't like live action. No, I'm not. I'm really not looking forward to it. I don't like live action anything.
I know,
Like if
I
it
know.
is an adaptation of a video game or an animation. Like I'm actually not interested at all, which is uh, surprising, but also not surprising because I just no.
I'm interested in it
No.
because I'm a Zelda normie, right? I didn't
Mm.
play any of the games. Um
You
so
didn't?
no, I the only game I ever played was the original.
What?
Yeah. Well, because I never had Nintendo systems growing up. Like I had
Hmm.
like the Sega Genesis, and then I had the
You have a
PlayStation.
Switch though.
Huh? Well, yeah,
You have a Switch though.
that's how I played the original again. I went back and I actually played the original all the way through.
But
but
okay, you
but
played the
then
original.
uh-huh.
Okay. But you didn't play Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, I didn't play Breath of the Wild. I I played the original and then I started reading up on the story, which hooked me because I was like, oh man, the story is pretty cool. And then I end up realizing that the original is part of a timeline which is considered the bad timeline. And I was like, ah, come on. What the
It's
hell?
okay. It's okay. It's okay. It sucks, but
Yeah.
that it's part of that timeline, but it's
Mm-hmm.
part of the timeline where Link doesn't win.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
it's part of that one where he doesn't win. So like because I'm not like terribly versed in the games, the live
Mhm.
action is kind of gonna be my like big
Introduction
introduction into
into
the
the
story. Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. That's
I mean
that's
it's
kind of crazy,
but
man.
that's what it's gonna be for most people, right? Like
It
most
is.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm essentially the Zelda normie that's gonna be introduced to Zelda through the live action movie. And I know that probably makes you cringe a little bit. I get it.
That's crazy. It's crazier to me. I mean, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You have a full-on life. Like you kind of don't have time to play video games. But like I feel like oh man, this franchise,
Mm-hmm.
like if it were an animation being adapted into live action, that's a little bit more passable to me, but it's so different when it's a video game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's the feeling is a little bit different. Like it's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit different when you're doing the action in the video game as opposed to experiencing it through a different medium. Can
Yeah.
you which drives the question, can you get the same feeling?
Well,
I mean,
that's
you
the thing.
can.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like y- depending on how because there's no doubt that a movie can engulf you, right? The viewing
Mhm.
experience of a movie is something completely different from a video game. It's the reason why, like, whenever there's adaptations, you have to take major liberties in the story because you're not going to be able to pour over the experience of playing a video game as opposed to playing a
Yeah.
movie, right? Like a lot of the times whenever people compare the two, I'm just like, ah, come on, like stop that, right? Like that's two completely different mediums. And so I think
Mhm.
like a lot of people in any kind of adaptation, whether it be animation or live action, people have to go in with a fresh set of eyes. Um, it, un, Outside of talking about the core story, right? Because the core story that can always be captured by a movie, right? That's what
Yeah,
movies
of
that's what
course.
movies excel at, right? But a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, I'm not getting the same adventure out of the movie that I got out of the video game." And it's like, well, yeah, duh, right? Like the pacing of a video game is way different, right? The side quests are way different, right? Like you get deeper context. It's almost like whenever people compare reading a book to, watching the show or watching the movie. Like obviously you're getting more context out of the book because you're reading the book and experiencing the story at your own pace, and then you have the liberty to get context for the story outside of the book itself, right? Sometimes there's things that you can find online or spin-off books or something to that degree. So it's like if you're going into a movie or an adaptation of a franchise, you kind of have to be like, okay, like I'm I might be getting some of the core lore, right? Which for Zelda it's a little bit hard because there's like multiple timelines. But I hope that the movie kind of gives you like I hope that the movie kind of like gives you a good uh foundation for the lore, right? Without like I'm not looking to see like the origins of Princess Zelda, right? Because the origins of Princess Zelda, like she's like a god, you know what I mean? So
I mean,
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
the movie can't like go that deep, right? It's not gonna start from like I forgot what the goddess's name is. Hi, is it Hyra or Hil
Hylia.
Hylia or something
Let
like
me
that?
let me look up the
Yeah,
goddesses because there's three of them.
yeah. I'm pretty sure they're not
Okay,
gonna start
so
there.
they don't. I mean that story isn't really shown at all in the games though. It's just only told.
Oh, it's only
Um,
background lore.
yeah, it's only
Yeah.
background lore. So in the games,
Mm-hmm.
um, at least for me, because I'm not that smart, or um, they only tell of the the first incarnation
Mm-hmm.
of the goddesses,
Yeah.
and how they came to be, and why they did what they did. They only ever tell it. That you don't actually play that storyline.
Hmm.
You only just see the repercussions of their decision
Right.
to break apart their power, and the starting point of that, the first reincarnation,
Mm-hmm.
is Skyward Sword. That's the first one.
So,
Um,
but
mhm.
so Link's character originally isn't he like so I'm only going off of what I've read, right? But isn't Link's character like he's not like um he doesn't start off as the hero, right? Like doesn't he start off as somebody of lower stature and then like works his way up to be the hero of the land somehow?
I mean, that's pretty much every game.
Yeah, it's
He's just a
true.
normal guy,
Yeah.
but he is destined to be the hero um in each of his reincarnations.
Mhm.
Um the power, so the basic, like, they're not, the way I see it, and
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure they explain it in the games. And again, sorry guys, I love this game, but I'm just really dumb. That's
I
two
can't
things can be
remember
true.
everything, guys.
Two things can be
I'm the
true.
same way.
They're not, so the Zelda, Link, and Ganondorf are not reincarnations of the goddesses. They're
Mhm.
reincarnations of vessels that are to protect their specific power that
Mhm.
is given to them by the goddesses. Um, by Din, Nehru, and Furore.
Mhm.
Is that how you pronounce it? Which are the powers represented in power, wisdom, and courage.
Right.
Those powers are then handed down to Zelda, Link, and Ganondorf.
Mm-hmm.
The struggle that happens between those reincarnation, that handing of that power though, is that Ganondorf always wants the other powers. That's what's wrong. So
Yeah.
then it's up to Link to stop him, of course. And then
Mm-hmm.
that's how you come up with the different timelines where Link fails and
Mm-hmm.
Ganondorf wins. That's how the other games come about. And the different Hyrules that come after that repercussion.
Right.
And then there are the other two timelines where Link wins and, you know, all those decisions, all those winnings and losings, that affects Hyrule and the world around them. But
Okay.
yeah, the
I see
power
what you mean.
stays. It's just the different vessel that takes that power is different,
So
but
so
also the same.
so I'm assuming that then that means that the movie has um creative license to pick anywhere within the timeline. But
Yes. So
um as long as you have Link trying to protect the power and Zelda being well, hmm.
yeah, so they're speculating due to some of the leaks of images
Mm-hmm.
for the cast
Yeah.
because the cast will wear
Yeah,
like
specific clothing.
memor clothing, and they'll wear like robes that have like a cast of so and
Mm-hmm.
so or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, they've seen what they've been wearing, and the text that's on the robes that they're wearing, it's using a specific Z from one of the games. They're speculating it to be um Breath of the Wild that they're telling the story from.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
I love how nerdy that is. Like, okay, we saw the letter Z, and the letter Z
Yeah,
belongs to.
because because the text all stays the same throughout the
Yeah.
game.
Uh
It's
huh.
just it has this specific flower that's added to the Z. So that's how they know. Yeah, that's from this game.
That's really
Because
awesome. Yeah.
they can't tell all the stories of the
No, they're
reincarnation
not gonna
in
be
each
able
game.
to, right? Like, I'm
They can
pretty
hint at
sure.
it, but they can't do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna stick. I can only assume, as far as the storyline goes, they're gonna stick to one specific moment in time that kind of like encompasses the struggle in the overall plot, and then hint towards the lore. I don't know if they're gonna be able to. Um, I don't know if they're gonna be able to explore the reincarnation unless, and it would be pretty awesome if they did, if they kill Link and Zelda going towards the end. That'd be really interesting. or
It
they
would
show
be.
them at the end of their lives, I guess. I guess what
I
I mean.
So when I was playing the games, again, I'm dumb.
Mm. Yeah.
And also I was just in a different religious mindset at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like reincarnation was not an idea that,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I
I get
thought
it.
of.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the way that they tell the stories, it doesn't outright tell you.
Right.
Well,
Right.
it doesn't outright tell you, except for some games. They do tell you, "Hey, I'm the reincarnation of so and so,"
Hmm.
that's what they do in Skyward Sword,
Because in the
which is
games
nice.
they would just throw you into a scenario with the characters, right? It's not like they were I the games weren't like direct sequels to each other, right?
Except for Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Those are direct
I
sequels,
see.
prequels to each other. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the same Link in Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Skyward Sword is the only one that really outright has the characters telling you, I'm the reincarnation of so and so. In the other games, they only hint at it. They tell the
Mm.
story of the three goddesses, and then they tell the story of one day a hero will come to stop the evil.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they kind of say that the hero is a reincarnation of the previous heroes,
Mm-hmm.
but unless you're dumb like me, you're not gonna know what that, you're not gonna really grasp that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, it's not really shoved in your face all the time. So you
Then
kind of, unless you're dumb, if you're dumb like me, you'll you'll kind of forget
you're
that that
not
was
dumb,
ever
Lily. It's just you were
even.
playing these whenever
No,
you were pretty
I
young, right?
no, I wasn't pretty young. I just have never played a game that, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
like
I
I've
get
never
it.
played a game, which is again,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're gonna get the same feeling. Like I don't know if
Well,
you're gonna get the same feeling
well,
from
it
a movie.
seems it seems that the movie's gonna be able to have creative license to explore the story in
It
some
should, yeah.
that's or because you know how you have some games whenever they have adaptations, you can't you have to stick very strict to the plot because the plot is very linear, right? It seems with
Mm-hmm.
The Legends of Zelda, the plot isn't that linear, and that it gives whoever, whatever time this movie is going to take place in, it gives them the creative freedom to explore a moment and kind of like give you the basics, and then if this movie is successful enough, you can make another movie that kind of will probably go deeper into the lore. And that's only speculation on my part because I only say that because the story of Zelda seems so amorphous. So, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna be experiencing the story like a normie, right? I'm gonna be experiencing it through the movie, because I don't think I'm ever gonna have time to play all the Zelda. It's like One
Oh, to
Piece.
play all the Zelda
Yeah.
games, you're not gonna be
Yeah,
able
exactly.
to.
It's like One
But
Piece,
there's a
right? If you don't grow
yeah,
up with it, playing it whenever you were younger, you're probably never gonna watch the whole thing.
yeah. But I think
So,
playing one of the, like a few notable ones, like a
mm-hmm.
few notable mentions,
Yeah.
is worth trying because
Yeah.
like for example, Ocarina of Time
Mm-hmm.
is still the one of the is the top Zelda game to
Mm-hmm.
play. And I think at the time of its release, it was very it's like a cornerstone of gaming, like what they were able to achieve with that game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think even in just the history of gaming itself, like just playing that game alone
Yeah.
and just understanding like its impact on the medium itself
Mm-hmm.
is, you know, I think that's kind of cool to
Yeah.
experience it in that
Well, I mean, it's the reason why I went back and played the first one, right? Because
way.
the first one is literally the one that launched it all. And I
Yeah.
wanted to play it because I had just gotten I actually played the first one whenever I had bought the NES Mini. You remember whenever they had the mini consoles that came out for a while?
Yeah.
So I bought an NES Mini and it had that game on it. And so I was like, all right, like I played Mario plenty of times, never played Zelda before. Let's start from the beginning. Um but yeah, it was for obviously I'm playing a very old game, but it was still fun to play, right? It was still fun to experience the story. The story is pretty bare bones, but I'm pretty sure the other iterations of the games give you a deeper insight into the lore, which I did read up on,
Yeah.
right? Because I was like, I want to see what the overall story is about. Um, so I mean, I've only seen like some of the behind the scenes shots from the movie. I'm kind of excited to watch it because I want to see what they do with it. I kind of want to
Hmm.
experience the story. Um I want to I don't know how to put it. I guess I want to experience the lore. I want the story kind of told to me without me watching like a 5-hour YouTube video of explaining every
Yeah.
every game or
No, I
watching
mean,
every playthrough, right? So,
as much as I'm not interested in the live action.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope that it does a good job
Yeah.
of telling the story. I do hope that it captures the feelings that you feel while playing the games, and I do hope that it introduces the game and its
I
story
hope it
because you know
does. You
that's
know.
what's lovable with the
Mm-hmm.
games
You know.
themselves. I hope it does a good job of telling you, you know, a person who doesn't really know that much about the story firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hope it does a good job. Like I really do,
Well,
even though I
I'll
have no
definitely.
interest in.
Yeah, I'll definitely be able to tell you whether or not it's a good movie, right? Like
Yeah.
whether or not it's a good story, whether or not it's a good movie. And then once I explain the story to you, you can tell me if it's lore accurate. So I tell you
I
what,
mean,
what
yeah.
if I get a chance to watch this, what the following stream we'll talk about it, and then you can tell me whether or not whether or not the story is serviceable, and then I'll tell you whether or not the movie is decent or not, right? Because
I
a
mean,
lot
I don't
of
think I'm the right person to ask that because there's a lot of stuff that I don't remember from the lore
oh
that I can't tell you if it's right or not. Like, I
hmm.
don't know, you know?
So you're only looking at this from a gameplay perspective, then for you it's like
Basically.
the experience is the gameplay, and beyond the gameplay it's just kind of a moot point for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
The only story that I've ever fully immersed myself in game the only game that I've
Mm-hmm.
fully immersed myself in story-wise
Mm-hmm.
was Skyward Sword. Like I can tell
Oh.
you if they were adapting Skyward Sword, I could tell you if they did this wrong or right with the
Right.
story. Everything else with every other game lore-wise
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you. Like, I only know the basic premise
Yeah.
of the entire reason why they're doing any of what they're doing in each reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can tell you some of the basic characters.
Okay.
I can tell you why they're there, but I can't tell you like lore wise down to the T. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, that's wrong. Why did they characterize it this way? Why did they introduce this way? You know, that's wrong. I can't do that. Like,
So let me play devil's advocate here for a second. So let's say they release a Zelda game, right? That looks
mhm.
hyper realistic. Okay. And let's say it's like a Hideo Kojima game, right? Where it's like it's mostly cutscenes, but there is some gameplay here and there. But it's mostly like watching a movie. Would you be okay with that? Watching something like that, even though you don't know the absolute lore to Zelda, because that's kind of the way I see a live action
Wait,
adaptation.
repeat the question.
Okay, so like let's say they released a Zelda game where it's like hyper realistic graphics, right? And they're telling a story that is a Zelda story or a Legend of Zelda story, but it's obviously it's it may be a different timeline or they take some liberties, um but it's kind of like a Hideo Kojima game, right? Where it's like it's mostly cutscenes. It's like watching a movie that has a little bit of gameplay. Would you be okay with playing something like that?
So you're basically asking me if I would be okay with playing
A
Elden
Zelda game.
Ring,
Yeah, I guess like
but with
playing.
more cutscenes.
Yeah, like playing Death Stranded, you know?
Death. So okay, so this is why people didn't like Twilight Princess when it first came out because
Uh-huh.
the art style deviated so much um from what Legend of Zelda looks like. If we're talking
Right.
about the styling,
Mm-hmm.
um, and that's why I don't like live actions
Yeah.
because the styling looks different. If that's what you're questioning,
Yeah. Yeah. Like I
um,
guess I'm trying to get at the core of like what's the difference between a live action since it's just a artistic reinterpretation of an IP um
mhm.
with no gameplay, right? Or is it like the gameplay that is the contributing factor for you? Because I mean, I guess we can argue that
It's
each Legend of Zelda has a different look, or a lot of Legends of Zeldas have different looks to them. So there's no like core look to the Legend of Zelda because I would
well,
say that
that's
Breath of the
not
Wild looks different
entirely
from.
true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's entirely true. I think they adhere to one type of look that spreads through all of them. Um, where it's cartoony, but you can bend the cartoony. Like they adventured the cartoony style in Twilight Princess. So Twilight Princess is more of a darker, grungier look
Right.
of that world, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can still look at them and be like, yeah, that's a cartoon. Like that's not real life humans.
Right.
But that's why people didn't like Twilight Princess when it first came out because it's a darker look at the series.
Mm-hmm.
The characters do look a little different, but to me, the same characteristics of the world and how the characters look still carries from the previous games.
I don't know, cause like Breath of the Wild looks way different from like Majora's Mask, right? Whereas like Majora's Mask, he looks like a chibi version of Link. Whereas Breath of the Wild, he's like got realistic
Well, Majora's Mask,
proportions.
he's a kid.
Yeah. Oh, he's a kid in Majora's Mask.
Yeah, he's a kid. If you want to do like a comparison of chibi style,
Uh huh.
Wind Waker is more of a good one.
Okay. All right.
That's what people didn't like with Wind Waker either, is the
Right.
style changed from cartoony to way too cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they first got Twilight Princess first,
Yeah.
I think,
So
if
it's
I'm
the
remembering
it's
the
it's the
timeline first.
realism that throws you out then, and that's the thing that you don't like. Is
For
not
any live action, of course, yeah, it's
well. I
the
mean,
realism.
for
It,
any let's say for any property, if any
for any
property
property
had a realistic look to it, kind of like what they
looking.
did with like Final Fantasy VII, right? Where it's like Final
Oh
Fantasy
yeah, no,
VII.
I didn't like Final Fantasy VII.
So it is the
Oh wait, no, I liked
realism.
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, you
No,
do?
that's okay. Wait, never mind. Don't scratch Final Fantasy. That's a little different. Um, because they did bend Final Fantasy style to more realism, but you could
Yeah,
clearly still see the animated notes, like
like
the
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 stylization.
characters, the stylization, the characterization of each character. You could still see that in their character silhouettes,
Mm-hmm.
in the way that they're dressed, and
Yeah.
the set dressing itself. You could still see that carried.
Yeah.
And I think it was fine for them to make a realistic rendition of that setting
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't do anything outlandish with those characters. Like the characters couldn't stretch their bodies or um do a lot of like I'm thinking about Luffy. Like it's just weird to see a human person, like
Mm-hmm.
stretch. Like that just looks weird. And I think with that property,
I
it's
guess I'm used
okay.
to it because I'm so used to watching like
Real
superhero
people.
films. Yeah. Because like
Yeah, I
watching
just don't look
superhero
like
films and watching like
yeah, I
old
just
kung
don't
fu
like looking at
films.
real people.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Sure. Okay, I get it.
Yeah,
So it's not really
real
the
people.
adaptation that you have an issue with. It's them using real people for like in other words, if it was like realistic graphics on your favorite IP video game, you would still hate it. No?
If it were in a video game, that's a little different because in a video game, you can suspend your disbelief to believe that humans could do what they're doing in the game.
And you can't do that with the movie?
It just looks weird.
I
And you
don't
can
know.
also
I guess it
achieve,
doesn't look weird
to
to
me,
me. Uh-huh.
you can just achieve so much more quote quote natural look with animation, if
Hmm.
you get what I mean. It just adheres to that.
I guess I don't know. I guess it has to be the kind of media that you're exposed to, because
Yeah, definitely.
whenever I think about like live action, like uh live action superhuman feats of movement and powers, I always think
Mhm.
about like old uh uh kung fu flicks, right?
Mm,
Old Chinese mythology stories. I always think about
mhm,
like things like Kung Fu Hustle, or I think about things like um superhero movies. And because like I've watched that for a good portion, I mean it pretty much defines, what I watched growing up. The idea of, like, let's say if we were to get like a Lord of the Rings equivalent of Zelda, dude, sign me up, right? Like, yeah, I'm down. But that's because to me in my head is like, yeah, I can see a Lord of the Rings version of Zelda. That would be fucking sick. And I'm okay with um the graphics. I guess I don't know. I guess I'm so used to seeing um uh special effects in live action. Yeah, Kung Fu Hustle is awesome. I'm right there with you, Mark. That's the best. That's one of the best goddamn movies. Um yeah, I guess I'm so used, and the graphics have gotten so good that to me, the outside of like, obviously with video games and animation, there's a stylization that you can go for that almost doesn't work in live action, although that's even slowly starting to change, right? Like recently, recently my partner's gotten into watching Chinese dramas on Netflix.
mhm.
And in all honesty, the aesthetic that they achieve in these dramas are fucking good. Like I was really impressed by the stylistic choices that they make. And so I even think even that gap is starting to close, but it's only because movies now are just as much CG as they are live action. So
Mm.
like the line is blurring between the two. So I don't know. I guess I'm just more exposed to it, and so I'm more open to the idea of live action. I wasn't whenever I was younger, and movies were absolutely shit, and live action adaptations were very um they just didn't know what they were doing, and the graphics weren't there yet, um and the artistic liberties were kind of frowned upon. But we're in a whole different age now. We're in a
Mhm.
whole different age to me. So I don't know. I don't know. That's interesting. But I was just playing devil's advocate. I mean, obviously you can not like live action.
I mean, I agree it has to do with the exposure that I have specifically to that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I, I have grown up watching cartoons and
Yeah.
anime.
Mm-hmm.
I never really watched, like, what are they called? They're not called sitcoms, are they? Just live action shows or whatever. I didn't grow up
Yeah.
watching those.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then whenever I did get exposed to live action, adaptations of properties that I
Mm-hmm.
loved, i.e., Avatar: The Last Airbender,
You got
I was
exposed to
just
the
like,
worst versions of it.
well, yeah, because they were all like
Yeah.
growing up. I think we can all agree they were pretty bad because
Oh
they
yeah.
don't know how to adapt these properties.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they have such a misunderstanding of what goes into the property, what the fans
Mm-hmm.
loved about it, what are the core things, even disregarding the fans.
Yeah.
Just what are the core things that the property is about, and
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
have such a grave misconception of it
Oh yeah.
because they took
Yeah.
their own artistic liberties to it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think you are allowed to, of course, take a property if you're given the right to, um, take your own artistic eye to it and maybe
Mm-hmm.
like add to it.
Yeah.
But if you're adapting something, especially something that's that loved, I don't think you're allowed to gravely gravely misconstrue
Oh
what
yeah.
made the property so loved to begin with.
I think
I'm
yeah.
talking purely from Avatar because
Well
they
well
took that and they were just like,
I'll
well,
I'll take your avatar and I'll raise you a Dragon Ball evolution.
oh yeah, I didn't even watch that one because everyone was like, Dragon Ball, what's
well, well, the thing is,
the
like,
live action
yeah,
movie? What's that?
that was my first exposure to an adaptation of a anime property where I was just like, what the hell is this? And I was super disappointed by it. And but I think the reason why I never went down the route of, oh well, this, this can never happen, I never want to see a live action adaptation again, is because then, right, I had movies like The Matrix, right, and I had movies like, Iron Man, and I had movies like Thor, right, these concepts that shouldn't work, or they shouldn't have worked in the live action space, but they got them to work, right? And they got them to be faithful, right? The things that I saw in the Matrix made me go, no, they can create a badass Dragon Ball movie. It's just whoever originally got the rights to that property fucked it up hard. But they could do it, right? Because the Matrix pulled off some special effects that was straight up that was straight up inspired by properties like Dragon Ball Z, right? So it was like, I know it can happen because I've seen the graphics, and so I guess it was the recognition of, I guess, kind of like the artistry of these other movies that kept me going in the back of my head, like they could do this, they could really do this, right? And then other movies kept coming out, like, if did you ever watch Kung Fu Hustle?
No.
So Kung Fu Hustle is like one of those movies. It's a comedy, right? But it's an action comedy, and they were able to pull off concepts live action that were done to comedic effect, but were like things that you didn't see in live action, right? Like concepts that you only saw in anime, and concepts, and I say concepts, but essentially actions that you only saw in animes and things like that, right? And seeing those movies are like, dude, like we're getting there, right? Like we're getting there. And then for the live action One Piece show to come out, and then for them to nail a lot of the aesthetics from the anime but do it live action, you're just like, holy shit, we're even getting closer now, And I guess from our artistic standpoint, you're just like, oh dude, I love seeing this evolution that filmmaking's going through, where they're taking, I guess they are embracing the stylistic choices that you would normally only see in animation, but now they're bringing it to live action, and it I guess it adds um a whole new texture, I guess, to a property at that point. Especially whenever the MCU came out. Whenever the MCU came out, I was just like, okay, we're officially here. Now we just need the right people to take on a property, you know? But I don't know. I don't know. That's interesting though. That's interesting. I'm gonna try to watch the Zelda movie, and we'll see if it's any good, because it may be absolute shit. I'm not gonna lie.
I hope it. I
There's
mean, I hope
always the
it's good.
potential.
I hope it's good for the sake of the franchise because
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like I still really love the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that it's going, like with chances like these, it exposes more people
For sure.
to the
The
property
games
itself and the
and
story itself.
yeah.
Like it's a good story. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think um I am interested to see what they do with Zelda's character. Um
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
like what I kind of hate I'm thinking Disney specifically. I kind of
Mm-hmm.
hate that they're doing like Disney is doing this whole woke thing
Mm-hmm.
as a token type of like it's a token wokeness that feels really shitty. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're just doing it to get brownie points when there are good ways to write a female character
Yeah.
without them feeling forced. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like Disney does it so poorly.
Yeah.
And
Well, now
I
they're going away from it,
really,
right?
I really
Unfortunately.
hope, I really hope they don't do that with Zelda because I feel like Zelda is already a really well written and depicted female character.
Mm-hmm.
She's strong while being very clearly depicted as a woman who also in some of her iterations has to hide who she is,
Mm-hmm.
so she disguises herself as a man. In some iterations, this, that, the other. I just think she's written pretty well in her womanliness that I
Mm-hmm.
hope that they don't feel the need to add anything more
Make her a damsel in distress for no good reason.
to make her damsel in distress or to make her like, oh, I'm a strong woman. I don't
Mm-hmm.
need no man. Like to
Right.
dial it up to 11.
Right. Right.
They don't need to dial it up. She's already good as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't add anything to feel the need to wokeify her. She's
Right.
already woke. Like
Mm-hmm.
please don't touch Zelda. Please don't please don't make and also yeah, please don't dial her up to
Yeah.
making her like helpless because she's not. She's a strong woman who can fight for herself, but
Mm-hmm.
because of the circumstances she's placed in, some things just happen,
Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
needs rescuing. That's fine too. Women can need rescuing, men can need rescuing. Just don't you get what I mean? Please
Yeah.
do not add things for the sake of trying to pander to to one side or the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just depict the characters the way they are. They're perfect. Please don't do anything weird. Like I
Well,
hope that made sense.
what's interesting is that the movie's being produced by Nintendo and Sony Pictures. And it's
Sony Pictures.
being
Oh.
yeah, Sony Pictures, and it's being directed by Wes Ball, which he's known for The Maze Runner and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which I think Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is a really good movie. So, I mean, there's that. Let's see. Ligmanot says that they're they're making a Metroid movie.
I
I
did
did
not know that.
I did not know that either. Dude, Nintendo is trying to get into the movies game. They're going after Mario, dude. They're like, "Yep, we're going to do all of our IPs now."
After seeing how successful Sonic was. I
Mm-hmm.
think they want to cash in on that money.
That's right.
They just need more money. They don't have enough money.
Well, apparently Nintendo and Sony has got a working relationship going. So, which is so
Interesting.
interesting. Yeah.
Did not know that.
That's
Of all the
interesting.
studios, Sony.
Yeah. Sony
Okay.
of all. Okay. Hey man, who
Not
knows?
it's not the worst one
Yeah.
to be considered.
I'll let you
What is
know
it? Also the
whether or not
best
it's good.
one.
It's good or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me
well,
know. I mean, I'm gonna watch reviews. Like I'm gonna
mm-hmm.
watch reviews on people who actually know the lore front and back and like
Right.
how they
I'm gonna
feel
be able to
about
give
it.
you the normie take. I'll give you the normie take, and then you can tell me what the other reviews say. Cause
What the
yeah, I
gamers say.
yeah, I'm pretty much going in it blind. Holy crap, we are 45 minutes past the hour. We're not going to be able to get to the rest of the topics, I guess. That's fine.
Okay.
We can save them for later. um, let's see. Let's take a look at the artwork, what we got so far. Oh, dude, you captured the style really well. That's awesome.
Well, they don't. I'm not a fan artist for nothing. That's one thing I'm good at. I'm good at capturing animation style.
Animation style. Yeah, I'm the one that has an issue with that. I pretty much went a little bit more realistic in my depiction. I was actually using. Have you ever heard of this fitness influencer named Lean Beef Patty? No,
No, but maybe I've seen her.
she's
It's a her, right?
yeah, definitely a her. I was using her
Okay, let
as
me
a
see.
base model for this one for the muscles. Um,
Okay, yes, yeah, I've seen her. Because, I've been in the fitness scene
yep,
lately,
yep,
so
yep.
it's people just pop up on my feed every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely seen her.
Yeah, she's probably I came across her, God knows how long ago, but I like that a lot of her photos on like Instagram are because I get sick and tired of people always just doing like selfies, where they're like holding the phone or like I think selfie quote unquote photo shoots are just so lazy, like for the love of
Mhm.
God, like set up a tripod. It's not that freaking hard. Get creative, folks. And Lean Beef Patty is really good at like setting up a tripod and documenting her progress. So I was
Mhm.
able to find. I wanted to find a picture for the character that showed dominance, and that was gonna be, yeah, that was my go-to model right there.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's looking good so far.
I think next stream I'll probably keep working on it since it's gonna be a free stream. I'm
Okay.
gonna keep working on it, add some color. Color?
Sounds good.
Oh man. All right. Well.
But yeah, let's wrap up the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us today, you guys. You can find Esso on Esso Art Studio on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Go check him out. He posts all of his finished works up on there and his speed paints as well.
Mm-hmm.
Check me out at Lily Lilac Draws on Instagram, Threads, Tumblr, and TikTok. I post a bunch of random drawings that I feel like doing. My speed paints are all on basically TikTok, but they're all on. I think I post them on everything now.
Right.
Um, if you'd like, go check out our coffee page to the studio. Any donations are kindly appreciated. Thanks for unwinding again with us this week. Thanks for joining us after our absence last week. Thanks for listening to us rant about a new anime and some new stuff coming along the way. But anyways, guys, thanks again, and remember, stay creative.
Peace.
Bye bye.